Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a simple truth. You don't have to be great to start, but you've got to start to be great. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I don't feel motivated every day. Well, let me ask you this. Do you take a shower every day? Of course you do. Why? Because yesterday's shower doesn't keep you clean today. Motivation works the same way. You've got to renew it daily. See, staying motivated isn't about waiting for some lightning bolt of inspiration. It's about building habits that feed your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Read something uplifting every morning. Surround yourself with people who lift you up instead of tearing you down. And for goodness sake, start your day with gratitude, because a grateful heart doesn't have room for self-pity. Life's too short to spend it crawling when you were designed to soar. You may not be where you want to be yet, but thank God you're not where you used to be. Progress, not perfection, is what keeps you moving. Remember this. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. If you'll take small steps every single day, work on yourself, push through the excuses, keep your eyes on the goal, you'll look back one day from the top of that mountain and say, it was worth it. So stay fired up, stay consistent, and never forget you were born to win. And if I don't see you in the valley, my friend, I'll see you at the top. Motivation is like bathing. It doesn't last forever, so you need it daily. Think about it when you take a shower in the morning. You feel fresh, energized, and ready to face the day. But by the next morning, that freshness is gone, and you need another one. No one says, I took a shower last week, so I'm good for the rest of the month. That would sound ridiculous, wouldn't it? Yet, many people treat motivation exactly that way. They attend a seminar, watch an inspiring video, or read a powerful book, and for a moment, they feel unstoppable. But a week later, when life's challenges knock on their door, that spark has faded, and they wonder what went wrong. The truth is, motivation is not a one-time event. It's a daily choice. Just like personal hygiene, it requires regular renewal. Every single day, life throws distractions, setbacks, and discouragement at us. Bills pile up, people disappoint us, plans don't work out, and stress creeps in. If you rely only on yesterday's inspiration to carry you through today's challenges, you'll quickly run out of fuel. That's why feeding your mind with fresh motivation is as important as feeding your body with food. You wouldn't starve yourself for days and expect to stay strong. So why starve your spirit of encouragement and expect to stay positive? Daily motivation acts like a shield against negativity, keeping your mindset strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. Now, how do you keep that motivation alive every day? You make it part of your routine. Start your morning with something uplifting, a few minutes of reading, listening to a motivational talk, or writing down things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it does have to be intentional. The key is consistency. Just like brushing your teeth doesn't take hours, but makes a big difference. Spending a few minutes each day on personal motivation can transform your outlook. When you build this habit, you create a momentum that makes it harder to quit when life gets tough. Another secret to daily motivation is who you surround yourself with. Being around negative, draining people is like skipping showers and standing in the dirt all day. You're going to stink sooner or later. But being around positive, encouraging people is like walking into a room filled with fresh air. You can't help but feel better. Choose carefully who gets your time and attention, because their energy becomes your energy. Finally, remember that motivation is not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about giving yourself the strength to face reality with hope and determination. Life will always have obstacles, But when you renew your motivation daily, you'll develop the resilience to keep climbing higher. And when you make this a habit, you'll find yourself moving steadily toward your goals, one step at a time. That's the power of daily motivation. It doesn't just make you feel good. It keeps you going until you reach the top. Motivation is powerful, but by itself, it can fade as quickly as it comes. That's why habits are the true engine that fuels motivation over the long run. Think about it. When you do something consistently, it becomes automatic. You don't have to wrestle with the thought of whether you feel like it or not. Habits take the burden off your willpower and make progress natural. And when it comes to staying motivated, the right habits can make all the difference between a life of excuses and a life of results. One of the most effective habits you can build is feeding your mind with positive information. The world is full of negativity, bad news on the television, gossip at the office, criticism on social media. If you let all of that dominate your mind, you'll feel drained and discouraged before you even begin. But here's the good news. You have the power to choose what you consume. Read books that inspire you. Listen to uplifting podcasts or speeches. Watch videos that challenge you to think bigger. Just as your body becomes what you eat, your mind becomes what you feed it. When you consistently nourish it with positive and powerful messages, your motivation doesn't just survive, it grows stronger. Another critical habit is the people you surround yourself with. It's been said that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That means if you're constantly around people who complain, criticize, and drag others down, you'll eventually mirror that attitude. On the other hand, if you spend your time with people who dream big, work hard, and lift others up, you'll naturally rise to their level. Positive influences are contagious. Surround yourself with mentors, friends, and communities that encourage growth, and you'll discover that motivation feels less like a battle and more like a lifestyle. Building habits that support motivation also means creating an environment that pushes you forward instead of pulling you back. If you want to read more, keep books by your bed or on your desk. If you want to listen to motivational talks, set up playlists that are easy to access on your phone. If you want to practice gratitude or set daily goals, keep a journal within reach. Make it easier to do the right thing than to do nothing at all. Your environment shapes your actions, and your actions shape your destiny. Finally, remember this: habits don't form overnight. At first, it will take an effort. You might forget, you might slip, but the key is consistency, not perfection. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature. And when your habits are aligned with your goals, motivation becomes a natural part of your daily rhythm. You won't have to chase it, it will chase you. So build the habits that fuel your spirit. Read, listen, and surround yourself with positive influences. Do it daily, and you'll discover that motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you live by. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can bring into your daily life. It's not just about saying thank you when something goes right. It's about training your mind to focus on what's good, even when life feels tough. When you live with gratitude, you give yourself a powerful shield against stress, disappointment, and negativity. You can't be truly grateful and miserable at the same time. It's like trying to stand in sunshine and darkness at once. Gratitude shifts your perspective and gives you strength to handle challenges with courage instead of despair. Think about it. Every single day brings reasons to be thankful, no matter how small they may seem. You woke up this morning, that's a gift. You've got breath in your lungs, a chance to try again, and opportunities waiting for you. Many times, we overlook these ordinary blessings because we're too busy chasing what we don't yet have. But the truth is, when you focus on what's missing, you feel empty. When you focus on what you already have, you feel rich. Gratitude doesn't mean settling for less. It means appreciating where you are on the journey while still reaching for more. Gratitude also acts as an antidote to negativity. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you can get angry, or you can be grateful you arrived safely. When you face rejection, you can dwell on the pain, or you can be grateful for the lesson and the redirection. Gratitude doesn't change the situation, but it changes you in the situation. It gives you strength to rise above bitterness and see challenges as stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. Another amazing thing about gratitude is that it multiplies whatever it touches. The more you focus on the good in your life, the more good you begin to notice. Gratitude sharpens your vision, making you aware of opportunities, blessings, and victories you might have missed. It's like tuning your heart to a different frequency. Where others only see problems, you begin to see possibilities. Where others see setbacks, you see setups for a comeback. One practical way to strengthen your gratitude is to make it a daily habit. Start or end your day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's a smile from a stranger, a delicious meal, or simply having a bed to sleep in. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to focus on positivity instead of negativity. Another way is to express gratitude. Tell people you appreciate them. Thank them for their efforts. A grateful word not only lifts others, but also reinforces your own sense of abundance. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it gives you power to keep going through pain. It reminds you that even in your darkest days, there's still light to be found. And when you live with a grateful heart, you develop the inner strength to face challenges with hope, not fear. So if you want to stay strong, choose gratitude, because a grateful heart isn't just happy, it's unstoppable. Motivation is powerful. It's the spark that lights the fire. It's what gets you excited to take that first step, to start the workout, to begin the project, or to chase the dream. But here's the truth. Motivation alone isn't enough. Excitement fades, moods change, and emotions come and go. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving forward long after the excitement wears off. If motivation is the push, discipline is the follow-through. Together, they create unstoppable progress. Think of it this way: anyone can feel motivated for a day. Anyone can say, I'm going to eat healthy, or I'm going to write a book. But when it's raining outside, when you're tired, when nobody's clapping for you, that's when discipline takes over. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's the voice inside you that says, yes, this is hard, but I'm going to do it anyway. Consistency is where the real magic happens. Imagine planting a seed. You water it once and feel motivated, but if you stop there, nothing grows. If you water it every day, even when the sun isn't shining, eventually that seed becomes a tree. Discipline is your daily watering can. It turns small efforts into big results over time. The gym session you didn't want to do, the page you didn't feel like writing, the extra hour you invested in your dream, those moments of discipline compound into success. Many people think success belongs to the most talented, but that's not true. Talent may give you a head start, but discipline wins the race. The world is full of talented people who never fulfilled their potential because they relied only on motivation. Then there are ordinary people who achieved extraordinary results simply because they showed up every day and stayed consistent. Discipline turns ordinary into extraordinary. Now, here's the good news. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. You may resist it, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes. The habits you build through discipline eventually run on autopilot. What once felt like a struggle becomes second nature. That's when growth truly happens, not in the moments of excitement, but in the quiet consistency of doing the work. And remember, discipline doesn't mean being perfect. You'll have off days, you'll make mistakes, and you'll stumble. But discipline means getting back up, dusting yourself off, and continuing anyway. It's about progress, not perfection. Over time, small daily disciplines create massive transformations. So let motivation get you started. It's the spark you need. But let discipline keep you going. It's the fuel that never runs out. Stay consistent, stay committed, and you'll discover that success isn't about doing big things once. It's about doing small things daily until they lead you to greatness. Deep inside every person is a seed of greatness. You weren't born to just drift through life, pay bills, and fade away. You were born to win. Winning doesn't mean being better than everyone else. It means becoming the best version of yourself, fulfilling the potential that was placed inside you. Too often, people settle for less than they're capable of because they listen to doubt, fear, or the negative voices around them. But the truth is this: you already carry everything you need to succeed. It's not about whether you were born with talent or luck. It's about whether you're willing to climb step by step toward the top. The climb won't always be easy. Mountains are steep, paths are rough, and sometimes the air gets thin. You'll face setbacks, rejections, and failures along the way. But each obstacle you overcome strengthens your character, sharpens your skills, and prepares you for greater victories. Remember this: setbacks are not signs that you can't make it. They're proof that you're in the game, moving forward. Every champion you admire has scars, and every success story is filled with chapters of struggle. Winning isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about refusing to quit in the face of difficulty. When you remind yourself daily that you were born to win, you begin to carry yourself differently. You stop looking at problems as permanent roadblocks and start seeing them as temporary detours. You stop saying, "I can't," and start asking, "How can I?" That shift in mindset is what separates the dreamers from the doors. The winners are not necessarily the smartest, the fastest, or the luckiest. They are the ones who kept climbing when others stopped. The beauty of life is that there's room at the top for all who are willing to climb. The top is not a limited seat. It's a place where you stand tall in your purpose, knowing you gave your best and lived fully. The view from the top is not just about success. It's about perspective. You can see how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how many lives you've touched along the way. And when you reach that point, you don't just celebrate your victory, you inspire others to start their own climb. But here's the key: winning doesn't happen in one giant leap. It happens in daily steps. Each day you show up, push yourself, and move forward. Even if it's just a little, that's winning. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, gratitude over complaints, courage over fear, that's winning. The top of the mountain is simply the accumulation of all those small victories. So never doubt your worth and never underestimate your power. You were born with greatness inside you. Keep climbing no matter how steep the road may feel. And one day you'll stand tall, look back at the journey, and with a smile of satisfaction say the words that echo in the hearts of true winners: "See you at the top."